Alright guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at this week's shrine. Now straight away I can tell you there's one perk on this shrine that outshines every other perk, and that is going to be Tinkerer, but we'll get to that in a moment. Now this first perk we've got is Deathbot. Deathbot is a bit of an interesting perk, okay? So what does Deathbot do exactly? When a survivor heals another survivor outside of 32 meters away from the killer, has no impact on a tear radius from the killer, the survivor will scream when they finish performing the healing action. Now, if these two survivors were to split up and go different ways, basically the killer has Oblivious. What does Oblivious mean? Oblivious means the killer has a 0-meter heartbeat. So it kind of forces survivors to move as a group for 1 minute or have a 0-meter heartbeat. Now, if you're a killer like Freddy Krueger or if you're a killer like the Huntress, your lullaby does not go away. Just keeping that in mind. If you're a killer like the Doctor with a 40-meter terror radius with Distressing, your terror radius will go away. However, people in your terror radius can still be susceptible to things like Static Blast. That being said, that's Deathbot. Do I recommend it? Not particularly. I don't think it's a very strong perk. I think it sounds a lot cooler and a lot better than it actually works out to be. You're better off with Sloppy Butcher and then having more split pressure, more stall in the game, etc. Now this perk is called Diversion, and it's also referred to as the Pebble. So basically, it allows you to use a rock in order to distract a killer and leave scratch marks and a sound notification. Really not going to go into too many details about it. It's not a very highly sought after perk in Dead by Daylight. Tenacity. What does Tenacity do? Tenacity is a perk that allows you to crawl and recover 30, 40, and 50% quicker. However, it does stack with Unbreakable. It does stack with No Mither as well. Therefore, with Tenacity, while you are crawling on the ground, you can actually start recovering. Normally, you cannot crawl and recover. You have to do one or the other. It does not make you quieter on the ground. All it does is let you crawl and recover at the same time. Now, if for whatever reason the killer was to down you through a pallet, break the pallet, then regress a gen, gives you enough time to start crawling away. Works well with things like flip-flop as well. I don't think it's a great perk. It's a level 30 perk unlocked from Detective Tap. I really think there are better options. You're better off running Unbreakable by itself or running Unbreakable and Borrowed Time. That kind of build will give you much more pressure as opposed to relying on Tenacity. Alright, moving on to the next perk. Now, this is by far the most superior perk in the Blood Web. A lot of people ask me what I think the most strongest perk in Dead by Daylight right now is. Some people say No One Escapes Death, some people say Decisive Strike. In terms of from a killer perspective, I personally think Tinkerer is the strongest perk in Dead by Daylight at the moment. It gives you a sound notification when a generator is nearly going to be completed. It removes your tear radius and it tells you exactly what generator is going to be completed. For example, when a generator is 70% completed, you will get a notification from a generator, very hard to miss, and you'll have a 0-meter tear radius. I run it on most of my killers, and it works on people very well, like Michael Myers, who has a 32-meter tear radius in Tier 3, allowing you to come over and possibly snowball. So, there is no real con with Tinkerer. It is great. It works perfectly with Tinkerer and Ruin, and if you want to go one above it, Tinkerer, Ruin, Surveillance. But Tinkerer and Ruin is just a phenomenal combo. I'm sure if you play a lot of Dead by Daylight, you've ran into it from time to time. Tinkerer, Undying, Ruin is one of the strongest builds available in the game for Freddy Krueger. The final perk is your choice. I like Surveillance and Tinkerer with Undying and Ruin, but Undying is subject to change with Sloppy Butcher, Barbecue, Thrilling Tremor, depending on how comfortable I am feeling on that map. But I would not pass up Tinkerer. However, Tinkerer is a non-DLC character unlocked by the Hillbilly by leveling him to level 40. So if you want to level up the Hillbilly, you'll get Tinkerer, you'll get Lightborn, and you will get Enduring. So the choice is really yours. Anyways, guys, thank you for all for watching. This has been an educational, informative Shrine video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do educational, informative, DVD killer, Survivor content 5 days a week over at Twitch if you guys want to tune in to the live stream. Once again, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the fog in the next video. Have a good one.